You can cover all Naples' top attractions with this 3-day itinerary. It includes beautiful churches like Cappella di Sansevero, Chiesa dei Girolamini and the Naples Cathedral, as well as museums like the National Archaeological Museum. Visit unusual sites like Naples Sotterranea and shop on Spaccanapoli, Galleria Umberto I and Via San Gregorio Armeno. Don't miss the Royal Palace, Teatro di San Carlos, Castel dell'Ovo, Castel Nuovo and the Santa Maria di Monteoliveto. Relax along Via Caracciolo and see Fontana del Nettuno in the Piazza del Plebiscito. Day 1 starting from Spaccanapoli through the Via San Gregorio Armeno and ending at the National Archaeological Museum. Start time: 9 o'clock Spaccanapoli. Duration: 1 hour. This street is 6 meters wide and runs for 2 kilometers from Piazza Gesù Nuovo, where it is called Via Benedetto Croce, changes name to Via Spiaggio dei Libri and continues across Via Duomo becoming Via Vicaria Vecchia going out of the Old Town. 0.3 km, 5 minutes walking. Start time: 10:05 Piemonte della Misericordia. Duration: 1 hour. This church holds several valuable works of art. Its most famous piece is the Seven Works of Mercy by Caravaggio, which hangs above the high altar. The church is also home to work by Carlo Salito, Luca Giordano, Battistello Caracciolo and Fabrizio Santafede. The church belonged to the Pious Mount of Mercy Brotherhood of Charitable Noblemen, established in 1601 to provide interest-free loans to the poor. The Brotherhood still exists today and continued its charitable work. 0.2 km, 2 minutes walking. Start time: 11:05 Naples Cathedral. Duration: 1 hour. The Duomo di Santa Maria Assunta or Duomo di San Gennaro is a medieval cathedral established in the 4th century, but the baptistry is the only surviving part of the original structure. 0.2 km, 3 minutes walking. Start time: 12:10 Chiesa dei Girolamini. Duration: 1 hour. The Girolamini Church was established in the late 16th century and early 17th century. It was named for the followers of San Filippo Neri, who bought a former palace which stood on this site and had it demolished and a church built in its place. 0.2 km, 3 minutes walking. Start time: 13:15 Naples Sotterranea. Duration: 1 hour and 30 minutes. Travel back 2,400 years to the heart of where Naples began. The historic site is situated underground beneath the Naples Old Town. The underground world shows marks and signs from many eras in the history of Naples. 0.2 km, 2 minutes walking. Start time: 14:45 Via San Gregorio Armeno. Duration: 1 hour. Not to be confused with the church San Gregorio Armeno, which gives this street its name. This narrow cobbled alley between Via dei Tribunali and Via San Biagio dei Libri is also known as Christmas Alley. Please like and subscribe my channel. 0.5 km, 6 minutes walking. Start time: 15:50 Cappella di Sansevero. This chapel is also called Chapel of Santa Maria della Pietà or Pietella. It is located in the historic area of Naples and is best known for the many precious works of art by 18th century masters. 0.7 km, 10 minutes walking. Start time: 1700 National Archaeological Museum. Duration: 2 hours. This museum is housed in a 17th century house and holds a rich collection of Roman artifacts from Pompeii, Stabiae and Herculaneum, as well as an Egyptian collection. Day 2 starting from Chiesa del Gesù Nuovo through the Castel Nuovo and ending at the Piazza del Plebiscito. Start time: 9 o'clock Chiesa del Gesù Nuovo. Duration: 1 hour. This ornate church, also called Trinita Maggiore, is on a square of the same name. This was the main center for the Jesuit community together with the adjacent buildings. 0.3 km, 4 minutes walking. Start time: 10:05 Complesso Musile di Santa Chiara. Duration: 2 hours. This church is within the Santa Chiara Museum complex in the Franciscan Citadel in the heart of historic Naples. It is one of the city's largest and most important religious structures. The church was established in 1310 and completed in 1328 by Robert of Anjou for Queen Sancha, who later became a nun. The church has a Gothic style, and in the 1700s the interior was redecorated in the Baroque style. The church was destroyed by bombing during World War II and was faithfully reconstructed in its original form. 0.6 km, 7 minutes walking start time. 1210 Santa Maria di Monteoliveto duration, 1 hour. This church is also known as Sant'Anna dei Lombardi. It dates back to 1411 and was named after the order of nuns from Monteoliveto Abbey who ran the church. The structure of the church underwent changes by Domenico Fontana in 1581 and again in the 17th century when it was redesigned in the Baroque style under the direction of Gaetano Sacco. In 1798 the nuns were expelled from the church and convent and the secular arch confraternity of Lombardy moved in, changing the name to Sant'Anna dei Lombardi. 0.9 km, 13 minutes walking start time. 1325 Castel Nuovo duration, 1 hour and 30 minutes. This large medieval new castle or Mascio Angioino is located opposite the Piazza Municipio and was built in 1279 when the capital of the Kingdom of Naples was Palermo and Naples was the secondary royal residence. Charles I of Naples moved the capital to Naples and had a new castle constructed which was completed in 1279. The historic center of Naples grew up around the castle. In 1347 the castle was expanded and restored. Through the years suffered attacks several times and then restored. Today the castle houses the Civic Museum. 0.3 km, 5 minutes walking start time. 1500 Royal Palace Naples duration, 1 hour and 30 minutes. The Palazzo Real was constructed under the Spanish rule of King Philip III around 1600 and went on to be the residence of Charles III of Spain, Austrians, Bourbons and then the Savoy kings. The palace was initially designed by Domenico Fontana. The huge palace on Piazza del Plebiscito has 30 rooms which have been turned into a palace museum. It is also the site of one of the largest libraries in Italy, the Biblioteca Nazionale Vittorio Emanuele III. In 1837 the palace suffered fire damage. Please like and subscribe my channel. 0.4 km, 6 minutes walking start time. 1635 Piazza del Plebiscito duration, 1 hour. This Naples public square dates back to the 19th century and is named after the plebiscite, referendum, in 1863 which led to Naples joining unified Italy. The square was planned as a tribute to the Emperor Napoleon by Murat, King of Naples and brother-in-law of Napoleon. Once the Bourbons were restored to the throne the plans for the square continued but not as a homage to the banished Emperor of France. Day 3 starting from Fontana del Nettuno through the Galleria Umberto I and ending at the Via Caracciolo e Lungomare. Start time, 9 o'clock. Fontana del Nettuno duration, 50 minutes. The Fountain of Neptune in Naples is located in Municipio Square, although this was not its original site. The fountain was created in 1601 during the reign of the Spanish Viceroy Enrique de Guzman, the Count of Olivares. .3 km, 3 minutes walking start time. 9:55 Galleria Umberto I duration, 50 minutes. This shopping center is in a magnificent building with a Latin cross layout. In fact, from aerial views you can see the distinct cross with the dome at the point where the two branches of the cross meet. The longer part of the cross is 138 meters long and the shorter crossbeam is 108 meters long. At the meeting point of the two beams the cathedral theme continues with the 57-meter-high dome. There are entrances at all 4 of the ends of the cross, with the main entrance being opposite the Carlo Theatre. 0.2 km, 3 minutes walking start time. 10:50 Teatro di San Carlos duration, 1 hour and 10 minutes. This is a stunningly beautiful theatre connected to the royal palace with classic European opulence. It was built in 1737 under King Charles of Bourbon to provide the city with a modern theatre with outstanding acoustics and predating Milan's La Scala. In 1816 the theatre was destroyed by fire and was then reconstructed under architect Antonio Niccolini. The theatre became the heart of Naples' cultural life and the city was one of the major cultural centers of Europe. It saw the premieres of productions by Rossini, Bellini and Donizetti. GTHE Theatre is still presenting opera, ballet and music to audiences and it is one of the oldest working theatres in the world. 1.5 km, 20 minutes walking start time. 1220 Castel dell'Ovo duration. 1 hour and 15 minutes. The Egg Castle is one of the oldest fortified castles in the world and the oldest castle in Naples. It holds a majestic location overlooking the sea on the former island of Borgo Marinaro, which is now a peninsula. A 1st century Roman villa, Castellum Lucullanum, predates the castle. Roger the Norman built this 12th century fortress castle. It gets its unusual name from a legend about the Virgil who buried an egg in a jar here and said when the egg is broken the castle will fall. 1.9 km, 23 minutes walking start time. 1400 Via Caracciolo e Lungomare duration. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Naples waterfront is a popular attraction for locals and visitors. The wide seafront promenade runs along Via Caracciolo for 3 kilometers on the edge of the bay from Mergellina in the west to the end of Via Partenope in the east. Time to subscribe to support us.